Yeah, it is Friday. It is the 9th of February 2018. Yes, it's Friday. Everyone can then chill and relax. Unless you're working over the weekend or have homework or completely ridiculous deadlines, then I feel sorry for you. But we've got some Marvel Contest of Champions news that we've got to delve into. Whether it's summon advancement stuff not going out, whether or not it's me messing up and not crediting the correct person with regards to the booty vote. Yeah, apologies, we will cover that in a minute. But there's lots of little kind of micro stories that I've been kind of saving up that do need to be covered. So without further ado, let's get into these news stories. So the first story we lead off with is the Summoner Advancement Rewards. Unfortunately, it was a case that it was not delivered last night or yesterday when it came to Thursday. Usually it's the case that we get it kind of, I'd say, between 2 to 3 hours of the event finishing, but unfortunately it is the case that we've not received these rewards at the point of recording this video. So this is around about quarter to 11 AM in GMT time in the UK on Friday, so that's the point. I haven't received it yet. Obviously if anything does happen, I'll let you know. Command Mike said he was investigating it, but so far nothing has been heard and we are still awaiting a response to try and find out when we're going to receive them. And obviously a lot of people are pretty, pissed. They're pretty pissed about the situation because they're looking for those rewards to then do stuff with regards to grinding, getting some 4-star shards, kind of getting those revives or the kind of the health potions. Everything is really helpful for a lot of people in different ways. A lot of people are still calling for kind of an improvement with regards to rewards that we actually get from Summoner Advancement, and it is coming to the point I think we should really agree, as the game is changing and evolving, that Summoner Advancement should change somewhat with regards to rewarding more 5-star shards, more 4-star shards in general. So hopefully it's a case in the future that this can be looked at and maybe adjusted. Our next story is a little bit of a promo for a decent content and also like helpful person within the community, great ambassador for the community in shape or form of Muttamats. He's got his own website which is called The Class Advantage. Good choice of combinations there. And it's a really helpful website for people that need information on war. We've got prestige stuff. There's loads of helpful informations. And at the same time, I do recommend going over to the website. The link is in the description. Muttamat, great person. Like I said, great ambassador for the community. And go over and support this website. And make sure you're kind of coming back on the daily, as well as following on Twitter because he's changed his handle. So it's got The Class Advantage. So make sure you're following that as well. So if you don't know already, I'm a bit of a fanboy when it comes to Invincible, and I really like this video. This video is a kind of a self kind of gathering of the percentages of pull rates for premium hero crystals, and this video is immense. Like the amount of time and effort that's gone into this video in order to kind of map down the way the percentages lie, say on how much times you're getting a 4-star out of a Prem crystal at the same time with 3 stars and also 2 stars. It's a real eye-opener, and I've found it like a thoroughly interesting watch. And obviously you can go right, just go right to the end to it, but obviously it's all about the kind of the time and effort that Invincible has taken in order to kind of allow those percentage changes through the video, which I think again deserves a full watch through. This guy is immense. Like, again, great content contributor. I don't know if he's in the program, but it's someone I think really should be in the program, if not be getting like allocations to those champions that are coming in. But obviously he's silent, and I'm not saying that he's like, he can't speak or anything, but it's again, great guy, and at the same time a great video. Go and give it a watch. Link is in the description below. Now last week when I was ill, I wanted to cover this because I found this really interesting. At the same time, I was like, oh, this is kind of a cool nod in shape and form of this image here. Now you might notice that there's some kind of like demon-like creature. It's not like the devil or anything. It's nothing really kind of associated with Mephisto. But at the same time, this is, and it's got to be Sota. So if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, then you'll know at the point of when he is in chains that there's kind of this big kind of demonic like creature. Obviously he's fairly big, and at the same time it's like fire and stuff, and he's got the kind of the points with the helmet, headgear, part of the skull, or whatever you want to call it. But it's cool to see this little nod in game. Obviously this was a fairly new change with regards to the recent update. So last week we got this. So it is cool to see this kind of like little nod to other Marvel Contest of Champions characters. But at the same time, I don't think we're going to get this as a character. I don't think this would potentially work, especially with, again, sizing. But I suppose they did stuff with Dormammu and potentially stuff with Sentinel coming in. So they could kind of do the scale down like they do. But hopefully it's a case that it could be quite powerful. I guess the key difference, and there's loads of really kind of like key differences, in that it's not in any kind of armor. It's more of a skeletal structure similar to that of Thor Ragnarok in the film. It's kind of like part skeletal, part like this, some kind of either demonic flesh or some kind of like stone attachment to the body, or like magma, lava, and the way that kind of like rocks form from like lava flow and kind of like cool. So that's kind of like where that is. It's kind of closer to Thor Ragnarok than it would be close to anything else. Either way, like they could bring some kind of armored based version into the game in the future. And our final story, and kind of following on from yesterday where I mentioned about the booty vote, which was something that I referenced Trucos for. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case. It was him. He was referencing from something else, which is Queen Cobra on Reddit, real name Brandy. And Brandy contacted me on Facebook and let me know that that was the case. And obviously, shout out to Brandy, Queen Cobra. Sorry that I didn't kind of like say it was you. But at the same time, the disappointing factor of this is that people did flag the post, and it then got taken down, which I do find incredibly disappointing because it's a bit of fun. Is everybody offended by this? That's the problem. We live in a day and age where everyone's offended from anything, and we don't break the boundaries of comedy anymore because it's a case that everybody gets offended from anything and everything. But we're going to talk about this post because Brandy was kind enough to send through these screenshots here of some kind of comments which I thought were quite funny, and we're going to read some of them out. So somebody says to this, "Have you seen King Groot's? It's exquisite." And he's got a royal booty. It's like a big royal ass. And it's like Brandy comes back with, "Oh my god, I had to go to look. You're right, King Groot for the win, for that darn fine booty." And so I said, "Please don't. That will ruin my fantasy." Next up, we've got this. "Y'all not giving my girl Gwenpool no love? She's so thick." And then the response is, "I love Gwenpool. She's close to my own figure. I love that thunder and lightning. Then your figure is banging because her ass is fat." I just love the way it's like, "Your figure is banging because her ass is fat." And then responses, "All about them squats," and followed up with, "What I'd like to hear." This is becoming more saucier than a direct hit on a Heinz factory. And the final thing to really mention about this post is Brandy is potentially going to be doing a bulge bonanza, but she does say that a lot of the male champions aren't that well bulgy, which obviously may point to something in the Kabam design office. Like, have you got a bit of penis envy, guys? Bit of penis envy? A little bit of penis envy? You know, is that why you haven't given them too much of a bulge? And obviously a lot of people will be completely disgusted by that, or kind of like talk about homoeroticism. But the main thing to really kind of mention about this, there's female players and there's male players. Male players have urges, female players have urges. This just sounds so wrong, so I think I'm going to stop this here. But I think a lot of people understand what I'm getting at. There's something for the men and something for the ladies. So that's been your Friday MCC news. A lot of weird stories, a lot of, well, bordering on inappropriate stories. Obviously, if you're offended, you're offended, but at the same time, it's all a bit of fun, and that's what we like, a little bit of fun for a Friday and a little bit of enjoyment. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions based content, because I've got a Killmonger review video coming out today, as well as maybe a live stream. I'm hoping to do a live stream at about 22 hours GMT time, and I'll do like 30 minutes of arena, and then do about 30 minutes of opening crystals. So if you're about, then drop in to the live stream. I mean, you can't miss it. I'm going to do some live streams. So if I'm on, I'm on. If you're on Twitter, you'll get my notifications. If not, around 22 hours GMT time. Hopefully see you there. Thanks very much for watching. And as always, I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye for now.